What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, back at y'all with another quick little build video. We're gonna try to make this one a quick video. I'm here with the girlfriend's Honda. As you can see, single overhead cam here, 1.8 liter. What I want to do is make kind of a cold air intake. I don't know, this car is just not that fun for some reason, and I figured if I can use the stock top of this airbox here, looks like it should all come off here. Hopefully I should be able to take this off, take it inside, and cut out the snorkel here and fit a cone filter on the end of here. That's the plan anyway, so I'm just gonna take this thing inside and hopefully we can make this happen. Okay, so I have the top of the airbox here. As you can see, this is the MAF sensor. Now basically what we're going to be doing here is cutting off all of this plastic here until we're left with just this tube. If you look underneath, kind of goes, there's your MAF sensor. So that's going to be our connection here for our intake to go on. So what I need to do is basically cut this box. I'm going to cut this whole section out right here, and then I'm going to cut off all the excess here, trim it. Now my idea is to try to get the filter inside of this box like I did with my Altima, or my G35 I should say, but I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to do that just because the filter's a little bit big and I'm not sure if it's going to quite fit in there. But if it doesn't, it should be okay anyways. But I'm going to stop talking, start cutting this stuff away, and show you guys what I come up. Alright, so now that I got the MAF cut away from the box, obviously in a perfect world you'd want to take this off, but one of these screws actually stripped. So I'm just taping both ends to make sure that the MAF sensor doesn't get contaminated. Make sure you do that or take this out. And now that all that's taken care of, what we're going to continue on doing now is just trimming off like, you really don't have to trim off this side or anything. The only thing you really need to do is trim off these pieces and this lip here so that you could fit a cone filter. I think that's what I might do. I might not get too crazy since this is at the back of the engine. No one's really going to see it. I'm just going to cut off what I need to cut off in order to make this work. And yeah, man, I'll show you once I get to that point. So I got most of just the brackets and stuff shaved off. I'm going to clean this up a little more. Now this is where I tell you to take your Dremel. If you can get this MAF sensor out, I tell you to just cut this flange right off straight. But since I can't get this MAF off, obviously because of that screw, I'm just going to use a hacksaw and keep this upside down and carefully cut this without stirring up too much plastic and stuff. Make sure I don't get anything on this sensor. And then once I do that, I should be good to clean up all these edges a little bit better and throw our filter on here. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm going to cut this off, let you guys know how it turns out. Okay, so as you can see, I trimmed off the flange. There's all the little plastic pieces stuck on the tape, so that worked out great. Cleaned out the inside. So now what you want to do is stick your filter on here. Now this filter that I got is a 3-inch, so I'm going to need a little spacer here. I believe this is about maybe 2 inches, 2.5 maybe. So you're going to put that on there and then stick the filter on, tighten everything up nice, and then we can go back downstairs and throw this back on the car. Alrighty, so this is what everything looks like tightened up. Now I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to actually fit this inside the airbox, the stock airbox, but if not, I'm just going to leave it sticking out for the time being and then probably cut the airbox to make it fit. But I think we're just about ready to throw this on the car, so let's go back downstairs, see how she sounds. So here we are. I'm just going to pull out the old filter, which actually doesn't look too bad. I thought it was going to be a little more dirty, and then this should just slide right on there. Now as you can see, we've come up just a little bit short, so I think I'm probably eventually going to have to remove this airbox. So what I might do for the time being is see if I can squish this in just a few more inches, might even work, and see if we can squeeze that in, man. Okay, and that's what it looks like with the air filter on. Now I had to put a little clamp at the back here just because this actually just slips on for the regular intake, but that's all taken care of now. So I'm just going to sit that inside there, and then eventually I'm going to cut the box and you know, find a way to put that over top of this and block out some of this side air. Now, from the short ram intakes that I've seen for these cars, some of them have like a heat shield that comes up and across. So I think if I can cut the top of the box just on this side, keep this edge, and maybe put a piece of weather stripping, maybe isolate this section of the intake off, I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. But for the time being, I'm gonna leave it the way that it is, because it's actually starting to snow here and I kind of want to take this thing for a little drive. So I'm gonna button everything up, leave it the way that it is. So as always, if you guys found this video helpful, I know it's out of the ordinary of our typical Nissan things, but Hondas need love too. So I mean, I'm just excited to see how this thing sounds. I think with an intake it'll probably sound pretty dope. So I'm gonna probably wrap this one up. As always, I'm your boy Denali, aka Don Squally. We gonna catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace. Got that Soch VTEC, new intake and exhaust. Let's see what it sounds like. Woo! That VTEC, baby, that VTEC!